Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of Dancing with the Stars.
It's Hollywood night.
I'm so excited. I love it. So they started off with a gangster pro opening dance.
Well, it was also with the celebs, I think.
But mostly the pros.
Because they don't do the walk-on anymore. I hate that. They did it to a Bjork song,
This
which
is a higher
was
production
fabulous.
value. Alright, it was a cool routine. Moving on. First couple up today was Leah and Tony with a rumba.
To Skyfall. It was a hot mess.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite.
Why did it have to end up like two turds rolling down the hill?
Are you calling Tony a turd?
The company you keep. Just say.
I don't know. It wasn't a disaster, but it wasn't good either.
The judges gave it a 24, and Bruno went as far as saying he was going to go straight. Straight for Tony, maybe.
I don't know. It was a little herky-jerky for a rumba, but what are you going to do?
I didn't find it sexy in the least. Yeah. Old Brooke is back.
Well, she got a 24.
Yeah.
Let's wrap that puppy up.
Old Brooke is back.
Okay.
Guys, this is so exciting.
Oh, she's not a good host. Not good host.
You make many mistakes.
All right. Corbin and Karina were up next with a quick step, and I was like, I don't know. This is his first ballroom dance. What's going to happen?
They really sandbagged it, I think. They really played it down because it was surprisingly great.
It was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
I was freaking shocked, as were you, that Len gave it the same score that he gave Leah's dance.
Len was just all over the place. Actually, not all over the place. He gave out pretty much the same score to everyone.
26 for them. Really? Elizabeth and Val were up next with a foxtrot.
Overall, I liked this routine, but I think it could have used a little less stomping. She could have been a little lighter on her feet, and she kind of looked a little bit lost.
But
in a few parts.
Her turns were good.
Yeah, she's a
usual.
great turner. You can really tell that she has technical training.
She's also got that crazy look.
Yeah, so they got a 25.
You can't fake that. Just saying.
It's real.
All right, Brant and Peta up next with a quick step.
Now, Brant has been practicing in a boot this week because he hurt himself.
But that's not the only thing that happened to him this week. He lost his phone, and he was robbed at gunpoint.
What? That was a crazy story.
They stole his dance
Latin
stuff.
shoes.
Yeah. I would have been
worse.
like, check, please.
Yeah, so...
Money, money, money.
I would have peed my pants.
Yeah.
I thought their dance was really, really fun to watch and good.
I thought it was good. Really good.
The frame, he dropped his shoulder a few times, but I
mean, it could have been better, but which couple couldn't have been better this week?
I guess.
27. I thought that was a little high. But it was really good.
I was surprised that he beat out Corbin because I thought
Corbin was going to
Corbin
be the best of the night.
Yeah.
I still think it might have been the best of the night.
I don't know. Well, up next were Valerie and Tristan with a cha-cha.
She was Grace Kelly. He was Freddie Mercury.
And we were like, I don't see this connection. And then the song started and we were like, oh, because it's
Mika.
Grace Kelly by Mika.
Right. They did a cha-cha. Let's just say their costumes looked great.
Cha-cha is not her dance.
Which one is?
I don't know.
The dance was pretty much a hot mess. Let's get it over with right there. You can't say too much about it, except Bruno summed it all up. You did a lot of mistakes.
But her personality is so great.
I love her personality. So she got a 16. Everyone's voting for her. Don't worry.
All right. Bill and Emma were up next with a Paso Doble, and it was like a Lone Ranger theme.
He was the Lone Ranger.
Yeah. Okay. It really bothers me every time they do Paso Doble on this show and they don't use the correct music and it's like really weird and I mean, sometimes you can get away with certain songs for Paso Doble, but this song was just not cutting it for me.
Well, he wasn't horrible, but 80% of the dance was him just going like this.
I got news for you. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot more to Paso Doble than that, but there is a lot of arm raising.
24 for them. Amber and Derek up next with a Charleston. I love Charleston.
Yes.
And they did the Will.i.am song from The Great Gatsby.
Love that song.
So, of course, the dance couldn't be straight Charleston. It had to be a little mashup of hip-hop and Charleston.
I thought this was amazing.
I thought the choreography was amazing. Derek was amazing.
This is really a great style for him. He's always been good at that. Like
Yes.
jive and all, like that kind of style.
He's great at mashups, too.
Yeah. And I thought that Amber performed well. I think that she was scored a little bit lower because maybe she just didn't look as good next to Derek, who's amazing.
Yeah, well, I know hell's freezing over right now, but I'm having to agree with Carrie Ann that the top half was a knockout, but the bottom half not so much.
Yeah, there wasn't enough swivel in her steps, but at the same time, I still think that her not best is still better than some of the other people's best.
So it was like Charlotte's Web, except it was some bull. 24.
They got a 24. I thought that was a little bit low for them.
Jack and Cheryl up next with a cha-cha. Boy, she doesn't pull any punches, does she?
Cheryl was not holding back.
She's like, you're a pimp and I'm your bitch.
Whoa, so they went a little bit different from everyone else tonight. They had like a 70s theme.
Right. He was kind of a stiff toddler baby.
The slide in the beginning of the routine was really cool.
I thought he was going to wipe out, though, because it looked like his heel got caught on the way down, and he almost cartwheeled.
I like the idea of it, but the execution wasn't completely there.
As usual, it was a Jack week. Okay, but not bad. 22.
All right.
Christina and Clown Mark.
Mark Ballas had some wacky clown makeup on that apparently everyone was talking about on Twitter because they had that time killer talking about trending topics and stuff.
He makes a creepy ass clown. Let me just say that.
Are there any clowns that aren't creepy?
Yes. He was a creepy pedo clown.
Okay, I don't know if I'd say he was a pedo, but yeah. So let's talk about the routine. They had a Charleston. But this was, like, very different from Amber and Derek's Charleston.
Right. I thought it was fantastic.
I really liked it.
She matched him step for step. But why the clown?
I still don't really understand the clown, but
26. I think they got robbed because I think they were one of the best ones of the night.
yeah.
Snickers and Sasha up
AKA
next.
Nicole.
Yeah.
They did a quick step, and she seemed so normal in the early weeks. We're like, oh my god, Snooki
She's
is
grown
Nicole.
up. She grew up.
And then
Snooki bitch is back. I'm gonna throw a pickle under her bed. I swear it.
Snickers. But this dance was way better than we expected. This was her first ballroom dance.
I was shocked.
She was great.
How did they pull off that cartwheel?
I don't know. They did a one-handed cartwheel while they were holding hands. It was crazy.
We had to rewatch it. It was so good.
Yeah.
So they got a 25 for that.
I think she could have, like, worked on her posture a little bit and held her head back a little farther. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I thought she was great.
I thought so, too. Bill and Tyne. Well, Bill's been injured.
They were friggin' talking about this the whole episode. They're like, Bill's being treated behind the curtain over there.
I didn't see any cold laser, but they swear they were using it backstage.
Like, really, we get it. Just don't do that.
It's so cheap. So he tore his tendon, not completely. He's got to have it immobilized. The doctor was like, you're not dancing. He was like, yes, I am. I'm Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah, so he just miraculously had jazz this week.
What a coincidence. You couldn't even plan that, now could you?
And the plan was to choreograph around his injury. So he was supposed to be like a robot. He couldn't bend his legs.
You know, that sounds like a great idea. And even though he just sucked, though. I'm sorry, you can't sugarcoat this. He just freaking sucked. All he had to do was do some moves up here, They handed him the routine right there.
You gotta
palm
give
of
it
his
to
hand.
Tyne for that choreography.
They handed him the
She
routine.
really tried.
He couldn't even do. He couldn't Vogue. He couldn't do it. He sucked. All right, I got that out of my system. It was.
But I gotta
ridiculous.
say, props to him for going out there. He could have
Yes.
just been like, I'm injured, I'm done.
It was a brilliant idea, and he had a lot of chutzpah for doing it. But you know what? He freaking sucks still. He didn't even have to move from the waist down, and he sucked.
All right. Well, they got a 16.
It was ridiculous.
Which was maybe a little kind, but
All right, so some of these cats are going home. Wow.
let's talk about the bottom 3.
Christina and Mark, Brant and Peta, and Bill and Tyne. One of these things is not like the others, even though you got 10 million fans. You still can't save him because he sucked.
Tyne are leaving this week.
Bye.
You're so mean.
No, I'm not. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Guess what, though? We're going to get a little reward next week because Julianne Hough is coming back to
She's
judge.
gonna be guest judging.
She's going to judge her Derek.
You gotta love those Huffs.
I do. So, until next time, much love.